Hey YouTubers, welcome to my Bacchus OSL Round of 16 preview and predictions video. If you're an older subscriber, I'm sure you know how this works, but I will explain it for the new people who are new to this concept. Basically, I'm going to talk about the groups, I'm going to talk about who's in each group, and talk about the chances of the players in each group. There are 4 groups. The groups start out with the players from the semifinals of the last OSL. So you got Jaedong's group, Fantasy's group, Bisu's group, and HerO's group. We'll talk about that in a second. Also, I want your predictions. Write them down in the comments section or send me a private message, however you want to do it. And if you do want to get them read, because I am going to read your predictions in my commentaries, it would be best to keep them narrowly focused. If you say something like, "Go Jaedong," I mean, I can read that probably, but how many matches can I read that in? Basically, just Jaedong matches. And I'm going to have to probably read a lot of those, so there's no telling if I'll be able to get to your comment. So keep them narrowly focused. For example, Bisu is going to smash Go.Go's face with a hammer. You could say that, or anything like that, and I'll probably be able to fit it in to the Bisu versus Go.Go match. Something like that. But anyways, let's get to Group A. The Group of Death. Yes, this is the Group of Death of this OSL. Jaedong, Effort, Flash, and Yellow. I was actually expecting it to go a little bit like this. This is only one player off from my prediction of Group A. I thought Jaedong would pick Flash, and I thought Flash would pick Effort, and Effort would pick Stork. And we actually had an opportunity for that same group, but Flash, God, what a wuss. Flash, you're a wuss. He had a chance to pick Stork for this group, and it probably would have made it one of the best groups in OSL history, but no, he picked Yellow, even though Stork was in the final 4 players that he had to choose from. Wuss. So yeah, I'm basically out of spite. I'm going to say that Yellow beats Flash in an upset. I think Effort and Jaedong will have no problem with Flash. I mean, they're just playing so freaking good recently. I'd say Flash gets absolutely 3-0'd in this group. Jaedong, I think, will beat Flash and Yellow, but I think he's going to lose to Effort. That's another upset, even though, I mean, he did lose to Effort recently. So I think this is kind of a brash choice on his part to pick the strongest player. I knew Jaedong would pick a very strong player for this group, so it wasn't surprising to me. But yeah, I think Effort will beat Jaedong and Flash and Yellow. So Effort gets 3-0, and I think Yellow and Jaedong will have a tiebreaker to get out of the group. Let's move on to Group B. Fantasy, BackHo, Type B, and Stork. I'm surprised that the players saved Stork for last. The last round of picking here, because Stork is a very strong player, and usually players, they want to prove how strong they are by picking the strongest players. But Fantasy is not really known for that. Fantasy wants to win, so he picked BackHo, which is his best matchup, which is against Protoss. And his game against Jangbi recently was absolutely insane, so I don't think he'll have any problems with BackHo. I think Fantasy might even be able to tackle Stork. I think that'll be a very close game, actually, Stork versus Fantasy. But I'm going to say Fantasy beats BackHo and Type B easily. Stork will probably beat Fantasy and BackHo, and probably Type B unless he gets trapped on Holy World with that Zerg, because Type B has shown a lot of good play on Holy World. So I think Stork and Fantasy will make it out of this group, and let's hope that they get to another epic finals. Group C. Bisu, Go.Go, Hwasin, and Zero. Yes, this is a very good group. Bisu kind of surprised me by picking one of the worst players here, but you know, he wants to win. Bisu definitely wants to win this OSL. He wants to make it easier for himself to move out. He picked a player he knows he can beat, which is Go.Go. So I think Bisu will beat Go.Go. I think Hwasin will actually beat Bisu. He's done it recently, and I think he has what it takes to do it again here. Because Bisu, for whatever reason, he just doesn't perform very well in OSLs. MSL is really his tournament, so I don't think he's going to survive there. And Zero, I think, will beat Bisu again. He's done it before. in the MSL, so I think he's going to do that again. So Hwasin, I think, will beat Go.Go and Zero. So I think Hwasin will move out, and it's going to be close. I think Zero will probably beat Go.Go and Bisu. So I'm going to put Zero and Hwasin both moving out of this group. So yeah, it's kind of a controversial choice, not going with Bisu, I know. But I don't think this is Bisu's time. Although this does give us another chance at the epic Jaedong versus Bisu finals. If Bisu does manage to move out here and beat Hwasin and Zero, and well, we know he's going to beat Go.Go. Let's move on to Group D. HerO, Leta, Kwanro, and Canata. I like how they saved Canata for last, because no one wanted to pick Canata for their group, for whatever reason. But yeah, this will be another very interesting group. This is a lot like Group B of the last OSL. Basically, Leta and By.HerO are in this group again, and the other two were kind of replaced. Tester was replaced by Kwanro, and I think, yeah, this is going to be extremely insane, because Kwanro is showing himself to be an extremely good player. So I think Kwanro will probably beat By.HerO. I don't think HerO has the best ZVZ in the world. I think Leta will beat HerO this time around too. I think last season was a bit of a fluke. Although you never know with HerO, because we haven't really seen HerO push himself to his limits. He hasn't been fielded much in Pro League. He hasn't shown himself very much in individual leagues. But every game he is fielded in Pro League is pretty impressive. I mean, he loses every now and then, but he's a pretty impressive player. So hopefully he can break out here and show us what he's worth. Move into another semifinals, maybe? Let's hope he doesn't face Jaedong again if that happens. And Canata, I think Canata will beat Leta just because of his TVT, but I don't think he's going to... I'm not sure if he's going to take a game off HerO or Kwanro. Yeah, I don't think so. So I think Leta and Kwanro will be moving out of this group comfortably. But you never know. You never know. So that has been my series of predictions here. A lot of controversial picks, I think. So you can argue about those in the comments if you want. And yeah, it's going to be extremely exciting, especially Group A. I mean, Group A is even better than last season's Group A, which is pretty insane in its own right. But this has been Nuke, and I will be back soon to start the round of 16. See you guys then.